morning, Patreon subscribers. So I think we might be seeing like a reversal today on risk because we went really risk off yesterday. And if that is the case, we're going to see the dollar being quite buoyant. What an absolute roller coaster, because we were quite risk off yesterday. I wonder if not, looking at the stats, we're going to have two risk off days, two in a row. I mean, from like that kind of logic, it's unlikely. And we're going into Friday. We are Friday, but we're going into the weekend. So I'm a bit skeptical about the dollar right now. I think it's going to be buoyed. But I'm not really entirely sure. I mean, we are a seller in the dollar Swiss. We are sideways. But, it's looking fairly buoyant. We've got the MS1. So we should be targeting MS1. One above is at 93.15. One below is at 92. We've got a potential trade set up on the Kiwi Swiss. And so we're looking for a break of the entry. And then we're going, looking for a retest and then a short. So we're currently breaking, which is fine. And then what we want to see is like continuation. This might be okay, to be honest with you. This might be alright because we had like two retests. We came in, up, become, and down. So we had like a break just. And so potentially it could be okay. There's your stop and there's your TP. It's a 15-minute chart, so it might be okay. That's today's trade setup based on the average bubbles. So the Kiwi's down here. Actually, no, the Swiss is there. Let me check. Average bubbles. Yeah, the Swiss is down there and the Kiwi's there. So therefore you sell the Kiwi and you buy the Swiss, right? So that's that logic. And so this should fall. And there's your TP, there's your SL. Okay? But we've got triple witching. And then we need risk off for this. Okay, so if we go risk off, this is going to help this because the Kiwi is substantially riskier than the Swiss franc. So if we go risk off, this should do quite well. I might actually enter this. Yeah, I think I might enter this. The stop's not too bad, is it? And we had that confirmation as well. So I will take this one. And if it gets stopped out, not to worry. I did find if you just do like a 5 pip thing above, it just gives a little bit of breathing room. But you get the logic, right? You don't move it any higher than that wick there, okay? Anyway, to go back to the SLCs, so let's look at GU because we had flipped. If you remember, we hit MR1 and we saw a big reaction of MR1. All right, so definitely look at your monthly pivots. Remember, we've got some support down here. We're a sell here. They've gone long. The profitable traders had an interchange there. One above is at 122.24. One below is at 121.50. So yeah, remember to keep an eye on we're going from pivot to resistance, okay? And so we've got to be careful now because that would be the target from like an institutional view. We'd hit an important level, basically, a very strong technical level, and it coincided with the fact that they went long there. Can you see that? It's just absolutely bonkers. So be careful there, and we might be wanting to get the both stop loss clusters. Let's look at EU, and then we'll look at dollar yen as well, and EU. So this moved a lot, and hopefully you caught that short position that we put out in the Euro channel, 106.66. So you could argue there's a spooky number there, maybe. One below is 105.85. We are a buy, but they shorted it. Okay, so it's making that a buy because the fact they shorted it. So we can potentially come up to get the stop loss cluster. Yeah, so that's interesting. Be careful. I'm also thinking about the dollar yen as well. If you remember, the dollar yen had that this. Remember? That white candle. So, if you're looking for like a swing trade idea, this might be okay. I am completely out and flat on the market right now. So yeah, that's something I might be looking at on Monday, but you can see how technically we're quite bearish. We've got a descending channel and this selling order block, I guess you could call it. So let's go back, and then we'll look at the dollar yen at the stop loss clusters. We had the stop loss clusters there, but we can look at the ratios. And yeah, it's choppy, isn't it? Very choppy. And the one below is possible 136.85, 20 pips away, and the one above is 138.20. We are a buy at the high level, but it's kind of 50-50. The buyers are in control, so that's of note. So I think, yeah, you know what I probably should have done is taken this trade before making the video, because I think this has got potential. And what you probably want to do is when you get to 1R, move your stop just ahead to entry, so it's a risk-free. Then, with any luck, it goes beyond 1R and hits to 2R. Then you put your stop there. And if we get to 2R and it continues, then you put your stop here. Then it gets to 3R, and then you understand the logic. But I'm not sure if we will get a 5R on it. We might do. If we have a really heavy risk off, then this can fall, because this is certainly more sensitive than the Swiss franc. So that's the logic there. Be really careful, and I'll speak to you guys on Monday. Or in fact, I'll do the COT data video on Sunday, but I'm going out to visit my family, so I'm not sure if I can do it on Sunday. I'll try to, and if not, we can just do the COT data on Monday. Have a good one. I'll speak to you guys soon.